Wegerif. I'm Land Rights Policy Lead with Oxfam. We really have been happy to convene this expert group meeting together with Global Land Indicator Initiative of UN Habitat and Landesa. And we just see the issue of women's land rights as something that is fundamental to the achievement of so many of the Sustainable Development Goals. And it has also been acknowledged as a priority in its own right in some of the targets that have been set in the indicators that have already been agreed within the UN system. So I think here it's been great to bring together a diversity of different people from different institutions who are all committed to advancing women's land rights. So we have government representatives, civil society groups, women's rights activists, surveyors, people from national statistical organizations. So that's quite a unique gathering of a diversity of people. But we need all those different experiences. We need all those different views if we are going to really move forward, both with advancing women's land rights and then monitoring progress on that.
Today, I think we have a unique opportunity with the Sustainable Development Goal, which come up with a strong emphasis on women's land rights. The whole question is how GL10 can better contribute to this process. I think we anticipated on this big event because with the establishment of the Global Land Indicator Initiative, we foreseen this need to have a coherent and well-aligned strategy among land actors to see how to better put in place a monitoring system to track progress in terms of tenant security overall and specifically for women. So right now I think the EGM we attend these 2 days in New York is a very strong and very important milestone for GL10 while we are developing our gender strategy. It's more now about linking what we are doing globally speaking with the SDGs and to see also how we can build a sustainable process.
I thought this EGM was extremely productive. It brought us together to see what needs to happen at the global level, what needs to happen within the UN process, how do we take this to the national level, what steps we need to take to have our own countries prioritize these indicators and supplement it with other information that can be helpful to really improve women's land rights in a material way. And we have a chance to interact with people from different sectors, people with a lot of experience on this topic, and the energy in the room is great. So we hope that we can move this process forward. It's not going to be easy, and we know that, but it's a transformational opportunity, and we're getting clarity on what steps we can take and how we can do it together.
So the one particular thing that I'm taking away from this EGM is the issue of how relevant qualitative data collection methods are going to be placed within the data gathering process towards measuring and monitoring the SDGs. This particular EGM has been very, very critical for us at UN Women because it does consolidate the efforts of various actors and brings to light the specific role that UN Women will play in mobilizing groups of women and ensuring that through their voices we can attain their rights to land and productive resources.
I think this meeting, this EGM, was very informative for me for the SDGs and a lot of information about the agenda, letting me knowing more about the Agenda 2030. I think there is a lot of opportunity for advocacy and moving forward with the custodian agencies in the region and mainly in my country, working on the national level, working for a capacity building institute in order to let them know more about land and gender and the importance of securing land tenure for women. Also, we can work with other national organizations and agencies concerned with women to know more about the ground and what's happening regarding the land.
I'm from National Statistical Organization from India, and I've been into this meeting. And I understood that what all efforts have been taken by the so many organizations in advocating and in actually making this women land rights issue to be discussed. As a representative from NSO, what I have been seeing that we need to capture more data on women's land rights apart from the administrative data which is otherwise available, but still being India being such a vast nation, there are so many issues for which data collection is also a problem. So I would just like that some standard methodology may be arrived at, which can be actually taken up for us.
Looking at my own country as a head in charge of reforms, land reforms, this is a very, very good opportunity where we can now place the indicator and know what kind of data we shall be collecting at all levels. Uganda has an approved new national land policy, and it's specific in terms of actions on enhancing the women's land rights. First of all, we are looking at reviewing all our laws which affect women in terms of property rights, the Succession Act, the Marriage and Divorce Act, and also the Land Act in terms of co-ownership of land and joint titling. So women's land rights is critical and is one of our priority areas.